They're no longer ready for work that's steady. True, college grads fear starting a career. According to a new damning survey, almost half of recent college graduates are not emotionally prepared for a 9-to-5 office job. And the other 50% said the survey was too much work to fill out. According to the poll, most workers in their 20s said they felt burnt out every week. Now, we'd go to what's left of the greatest generation ever for a comment, but they're too busy laughing their balls off at these wusses. And for those in the survey who sought help, 43% suffered from anxiety and 31% from depression. The others suffered from low mental cognition from all those years eating Tide Pods. So who can we blame for this dire situation? Well, colleges fail to actually help students enter the workforce. I don't get that picture, but okay. So strange. All right, leave it in. Somebody, I got a producer in the control room going, I don't care what he says. I don't care what's to blame. Biden. I'm putting Biden up there. But it's college. Because academia prioritizes woke agendas over education. So who would have guessed that teaching kids things like time was invented by white people and therefore racist would make them reluctant to working 40 hours a week? Anyway, women also seem to report suffering more office-related mental struggles than men. And that's nothing to be ashamed of, ladies. A stapler is a very complicated piece of equipment.
John Lennon would say.
Yeah. And for struggling women, experts say one mental health trick that they can use in the workplace is to find a quiet corner and fold some laundry.
John Lennon would say again.
All right, Dagan, I remember when I was graduating from college, I was terrified of going to work, but you get over that on your first or second day. Is this any different? Are they different now?
No, they're hungover and high as hell. It's not that they're stressed out by an 8-hour day. It's an extension of college. They haven't, you figure it out by 29 or when you get fired and have to move back in with mama and daddy.
Yeah.
That's how so it's no different whether they're Zoomers or not.
Yeah.
They want to be at home napping, watching Floribama Shore.
I mean, I am pro-legalization, but there is, I always said that, you shouldn't start smoking pot until you've already accomplished something, because you will not accomplish anything. If you get it reversed, if you start smoking pot, you're not going to get that great job. But if you get that great job, then the pot becomes like your martini. You come home, you smoke a little, and then everything's great. But if you do it, I know so many people that got it reversed, and they amount to nothing because all they do, they waked and baked for like 20 years. I mean, before they know it, they couldn't get a job. And I'm not talking about you, Shannon, because you. Does this ring true to you, the problem with kids today? We sound so old.
I know, when we're like, those are the kids out there on my lawn.
Those stupid Gen Zers sitting at home.
I just remember, first of all, law school was hell on earth. And then I came through that, and I went to work for my firm as a young associate, and it's like, you're working 100 hours a week or else. So I have a hard time relating to this when they say burnout, but like, isn't that what your 20s are supposed to be? They're just fried all the time. You don't have any money. It's hard to put things together. Like, the 20s are not supposed to be like you've won the lottery and you're working 25 hours a week.
You're supposed to work for people like me who terrify you. Because that's what happened to me when I was young.
Right,
you know what's really weird, Lee, is when you're like, it's the first time you were working with people that are older than you and you realize that they're not smart. Like, as a kid, you always thought that adults were smart. And then you get to a workplace, and all of a sudden you're next to some 50-year-old dude who's just like an idiot. And I'm not talking about...
You said it, not me.
Just go ahead. Clap, clap, clap. She won't be here Monday. What if these kids are right? Maybe we're overemphasizing work. Huh? Maybe because of automation and robots and artificial intelligence, we're supposed to follow our dreams literally now.
Or maybe we're raising these kids to be lazy pansies when they get older. Maybe the COVID pandemic had for years these kids going through high school and maybe in a college where they had all sorts of time off. They didn't have to take tests, and they were able to come up with all sorts of excuses. Even the remote work, a lot of people just don't even want to show up to work, and they should. And they feel like they're entitled to it. There's a sense of entitlement coming out of the pandemic. I don't know what the Bible says on this, but I was in the 82nd Airborne Division, and there was a saying there, "Suck it up, Airborne."
Yeah.
And you have a job, you have a mission to accomplish. You'll work long hours in that job. We don't want to hear your complaints. And something has happened in the last few years where this sense of entitlement, they're not working hard. I've heard work hard, play hard. Some people are work hard, work hard. This is a generation of play hard, play hard.
Suck it up, Airborne. I'm going to use that tonight. You know, I also would add that I would add identity politics, which is training people not to work with others. Like, you cannot cooperate now with people that are different from you, and so everybody's getting splintered off into their own groups, and that's considered an achievement. So it's like it used to be everybody had to work together. Now with identity politics, your identity comes before cooperation. Kat, don't you agree with me?
Okay, well, I don't think that I've ever been emotionally prepared.
Yeah.
Okay, like,
yeah.
I mean, depression, anxiety, I have these things, right? I have mental health stuff I deal with, but that's the thing, is that you deal with it. It's not your fault if you have these sort of issues, but it is your responsibility to deal with them. You know, if you are going to expect that the world is going to revolve around you and your sensibilities and your feelings and your issues, that's not something that deserves compassion, because you're just being selfish at that point. That's being selfish.
You know who always thought the world revolved around them? The sun. Think about that tonight. Suck it up, Airborne. That's going to be my catchphrase. That's my catchphrase.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.